What's up guys, Phoenix here. This video is going to be another YGOpro duel video, and this time it's going to be in ranked, and this time changing pace a little bit and playing with just the regular pure Metalfoes deck. The Metalfoes Magic Spectre deck, the pure Metalfoes deck, whatever you want to refer to it as. It's not Metalfoes Yang Zings. And honestly, I've been kind of staying away from this for a while because I do like the Metalfoes archetype and what it does, but I like its ability to be splashable into other things. I'm not a overly huge fan of how the deck functions on its own. I just don't think currently I don't think it does enough. I think this problem gets fixed when we get the next wave of Metalfoes cards next set, because we get some main deck effect monsters, we get things like Alkahest, like we get all of these different cards that actually just make the deck have a higher, ceiling and higher potential. But overall, like with my testing experience with this deck so far, it just hasn't really done a lot. Like it doesn't do much. And like that's a big problem that I have with the deck in general. Like most of your big plays usually revolve around Gofu, but otherwise everything else seems pretty cut and dry, cookie cutter. Now one of the cool things that this deck does allow you to do is you play 3 Summoner's Art and you play the 3 Volt Flame, because that's honestly the best scale you want to get to because it's the biggest monster. But then you also have access into Scout, which means you can go Summoner's Art for Scout if you already have a Metalfoes scale, and you can go Scout, search Monolith, paying 800, and then you can pop the Scout out of your scale with a Metalfoes card, setting your fusion or your combination, whatever you want to set, and then you're able to Pendulum Summon later that turn the Scout and the Monolith, and doing that you're able to go into Cyber Dragon Nova into Cyber Dragon Infinity. It's little cool little interactions and small engines like that that make this deck something I really do enjoy on paper, because it has like the Gofus, the little Blackwing card in here as the Synchro engine, because it's a really good tuner. It's got the Apex Avions, it's got Kirans to just be, having everything that makes the Magician Pendulum deck really good is put in this deck as well. And then you've got the Magic Spectre engine in here, and now you've got a Scout and Monolith engine in here as well that just happens to work really well with your engine because it meshes well, because Summoner's Art is either a Metalfoes scale or the Scout. Like multiple different things. I really just like this, and like there's multiple 3-ofs in this deck. You don't really care about like specifically things getting banished except for like 1-ofs like Scout and Monolith and stuff like that. But like off of your Pot of Desires. But honestly, you can just set Fusion first off. You can do all these different things. Like there's no real like downside to this card in this deck because everything is so large a quantity and everything is so accessible. So like there is that. So ultimately, I'm kind of a fan. I'm a real big fan of the Metalfoes cards in general, the Metalfoes archetype. But right now, I really like them for their splashability, not so much for their like pure deck potential. But that's like literally just my opinion on it. So whether or not that opinion is worth anything to you guys is all up in the air to me. But anyway, that's enough rambling on about this. Let's just jump into the game. But realistically, as far as this pure Metalfoes deck goes, I just don't know if it does enough. In my own testing, in my own time, it just doesn't seem to do a lot. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But like, I just don't think the deck does quite enough of what it needs to be doing. But I don't know. Maybe we can find out through some handily recorded games. All right, this is Blue Eyes. Come on, let's be Blue Eyes. Let's be Blue Eyes. That's the most obvious telling tale that it is indeed Blue Eyes. All right. So Blue Eyes, White Dragon, and the White Stone of Ancients. He has a Blue Eyes in his hand to summon alternative. All right. Now, does he have something like Sage to be a really strong follow-up? No. So he's doing that, and he's just adding double alternative. So his opening hand seemed pretty weak, if I do say so myself. This is going to summon a Dragon Spirit of White out of his deck. He's got double alternatives in his hand, and this gets to add back Blue Eyes next turn, so that's pretty cool. But as it stands, I think I'm in the clear to just do pretty much a lot of stuff. But as it stands, I'm going to put this in my scale. I'm going to summon this. Yes. 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 No. Yes. I think I need to get Fusion out of my deck first, and then well, I can normal summon this and then pop it, so it'll be a clear board anyway. So yeah, that's fine. Normal summon this, use this to search Kiran, because that will be pretty strong. Because I can bounce this, and then next turn when he summons his first one, I can just bounce it. Because you can only summon one of these a turn. So there's that. So activate this. I'm going to use this to destroy Bunbuku and set Fusion, so it fusions out of the deck, and then I'm going to use Desires. So Desires can hopefully draw me into a Gofu. If it draws me into Gofu, I think I'm just absolutely set for this entire game. Like, I'm opening with so many... I've got so many cards to his so few. There's a Gofu and a Summoner's Art. Oh, no. Oh, wow. Alright, so let's see. Did I banish anything of value? I banished the Monolith. So the Summoner's Art into Cliffort Scout into Monolith play is no longer a possibility, so I take back my oh no. But this entire Desires is very, very fine. Very fine indeed. So I can Summoner's Art for another one of the Volflames. Actually, did I banish 2 Volflames? I banished 1 Volflame, and there's still 1 left in the deck. Easy. Alright. So now from here, I can Summoner's Art for this. I can use this to get tokens. And I can make an Ultimaya at some point. And get just free cards. So, yes. I'm going to use its effect because at the very end of the day, the tokens can be fused with to make Adamant. Or Adamante. Whatever people actually want to call that card. I could care less. So, I'm going to activate this scale. I'm going to pop the first Volflame. I'm just setting myself up for a hugie. So I'm going to be able to Pendulum possibly like 3. So there's that. I can definitely use Fusion. I can use Fusion and put it back into the deck and then reset it. That's definitely not an issue because the last combination is there. Counter got banished, which is, again, fine. But as it stands now, I can make Adamant using these because I've definitely got way too many cards. So yeah, I can make Adamant here using Steelin and the Gofu token. So that'll get summoned. This can get shuffled back in the deck, and as long as I don't draw Metalfoes Fusion, well, even if I do, I've got a settable. Why am I bitching? Like, literally, why? Why am I losing my mind? Okay, so this is an 8 scale. These are only 1s. So I literally have to go ahead and activate this here. And so I'm going to go ahead and make Ultimaya, make Zulkin, and that's going to give me a Crystal Wing, which is going to be really strong against this alternative dragon and this Dragon Spirit of White. And then I'm going to have Kieran Crystal Wing, so that's actually just really good. And then I've also got Silvered, which means that I could make a Gram Pulse or a Break Sword at some point along the line. But honestly, I think it's fine without it, regardless of my things. So what I get to do is I get to activate this. I'm going to target this token, so the tokens are going to be gone, and I'm going to set Fusion from deck, and then the Ultimaya will trigger summoning Crystal Wing. Gotcha. Or I can make I can actually make a few different things. Okay, so you're summoning a Blue Eyes out of your hand. You drew you drew 2 Blue Eyes, and then you sent 1 from deck to your grave. Interesting. So, alright, this will happen here, and this will summon this. Seems simple enough. And then I'm going to be able to Pendulum out the Volflame. I can actually fuse into Ori Hulk as well. So there's that. I could have Combination as a live play to get back Steelin. There's a lot of different options I have here. I'm really liking all of it. But I'm going to Pendulum these 3. And from here, yeah, seems pretty alright. Because I can Pendulum these 3, and so what this can do is that I can attack this. Alright, he's just surrendering. Alright. This is actually really cool. I guess this deck does do a lot, but like that involved Gofu. I really want to just call the video here, just so that I don't risk having a truncated title. In fact, yes, I'm just going to call it here, simply because the video will be about 8-10 minutes long after the deck segment portion, as well as the fact that, like, I'm literally just making these plays, and, like, literally my plays, he has double alternative in hand. I know that it's a double alternative in hand because he showed it to me. And so the play is use Crystal Wing, attack over this alternative. It's a Crystal Wing, attack over this alternative, and then, like, it doesn't matter if I bounce Blue Eyes or not. Like, there's multiple things that I do here. In fact, no, it's Crystal Wing, attack over Blue Eyes, get the boost. And then it's Kieran, bounce Bunbuku, bounce the alternative, so he has 3 alternatives in hand, and then it's attack with the rest of them, which is actually 600 off game, which is unfortunate, but, I mean, that's how it works. I could actually probably make it larger. No, because Ori Hulk is only 28, so there's that. But then, or no, I could actually make it exact game with Cardinal here, because I could go fusion. I could bounce his alternative dragon right here and there by bouncing Bunbuku before I even enter battle phase. I could fuse with the Volflame on the board, and the Silvered in hand, and then the Bunbuku that would be in hand for Cardinal, because Cardinal was 2 monsters with 3,000 or less attack and a Metalfoes monster. So that'd be a 3,000 attack Cardinal. Crystal Wing would be attacking over Blue Eyes for 3k. Kieran would attack for 2k, and Cardinal would be 3k directly for game. So, alright. Okay, so it's literally game on board that turn. Alright. Cool. But even if it wasn't game on board, I could just make it to where he has 3 alternatives and a Blue Eyes in his hand, and then I'm just constantly bouncing the alternative that he's only allowed to summon one of to his hand off of Kieran. So there's that. But anyway, alright, so thanks for watching, I guess. Long combo explanation, or play explanation was long, but I mean, hey, that's how we learn, that's how we get better. You look at the plays, and you look at what your play options were. But anyway, as always, guys, thanks for watching. As I may have already said, if you like this video, give it a like. If you think there's people out there that you know that might like my content, definitely share the video around, share my content around. I'm trying to grow the channel as quickly as possible, and it would be very greatly appreciated of you if that's something that you can do, because I'm trying to grow the channel, reach more people, do stuff like that, and potentially make better content in the future. I'm actually talking with a few friends to start doing some actual some content of different sorts, and hopefully have that be a regular thing, so that can be added onto the content I'm already producing, and overall just make the channel better and better as years go by. But anyway, I guess that's it. Links in the description or to my Facebook pages as usual. Check those out if you want to. But other than that, that's it for this video. As I've already said, as always, guys, thanks for watching, and take care.